Brother, in the process of performing the prayer, we must follow the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And how do we do that? We must learn it through the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad. The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال صلوا كما رأيتموني أصلي. Prophet of Allah told the Sahaba, and this message applied to us as well, pray as you saw me praying. Now, of course, we did not see how the Prophet Muhammad prayed, but all of the information has been recorded in the Sunnah book. Alhamdulillah, it's available to every one of us, and especially those who are seeking knowledge. So if you want to know how the Prophet Muhammad used to pray, then read the Sunnah. You should be able to find out. Now, sometimes we go through some details. It might seem silly to you. You might think, okay, what's the difference? What's like placing your hand under your belly, between your chest and your belly, or some people they said, what's the difference? It's a simple thing. Why are we making a big deal out of it? So the good thing about mentioning all the different way of performing the act of the Prophet Muhammad, especially we're living in the multicultural society, right? And everyone learn the Sunnah and back home according to different school of thought. So a good thing to get an idea, to have an idea about all the hadith, all the different opinions. This way it will save me the hassle if I'm praying beside someone who's letting his hand on the side. So I don't think he's a Shia, because most of us, when we see someone actually like releasing his hand on the side and the salat, immediately we think he's Shia. Yeah. And this is not true, because Imam Malik, according to Imam Malik, they don't place their hand anywhere on their chest or so they release their hand. So good thing to know all those details. Right now, another piece of detail. Again, you might think it's silly. How do we move from the qiyam to the sujood? Just two ahadith. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا سجد أحدكم فلا يبرك كما يبرك البعير وليضع يديه قبل ركبتيه. So in the process of making sujood, try not to copy the camel. You see how the camel sit on the ground?
On the knees.
You see? They go on their knees. Now this hadith, very complicated, because the Prophet of Allah said, وَلْيَضَعْ يَدَيْهِ قَبْلَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ. So is that possible? If the camel actually, they go on their knees. And the hadith tell me, just put your hand before your knees. Right? Then another hadith, we'll go to the details. Another hadith, عن وائل بن جحر, قال رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا سجد وضع ركبتيه قبل يديه. I saw the Prophet of Allah, when he was doing the sujood, he used to place his knees on the ground before his hand. وَإِذَا نَهَضَ رَفَعَ يَدَيْهِ قَبْلَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ. So if I'm going, and this hadith, the three of the Imam, Abu Hanifa, والشافعي وأحمد, they considered a hadith of that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to place his knees before his hand. So if I'm going سَمِعَ اللَّهُ لِمَنْ حَمِدَ, so I just, can you just, because of the, sure. So if I'm going سَمِعَ اللَّهُ for the recorder. So سَمِعَ اللَّهُ لِمَنْ حَمِدَ, I want to make the sujood. So the three A'imma, Abu Hanifa, Al-Shafi'i, Ahmad, so they said you're supposed to place your knees on the ground first, and then your hand, and then you make the sujood. The other hadith, Imam Malik considered the other one. He said, so basically when you want to make the sujood, like that, and then your knees. No, it's not.
No, five.
So the reason of mentioning this two-way, because there are some people, especially who follow or who consider themselves following the Salafi madhab, they take the second hadith, so they place their hand first. And basically they yell at those who place in their knees first. So they don't keep it quiet. So they prove you wrong. So why are you placing your knees on the ground first? The Prophet of Allah said, وَلْيَضَعْ يَدَيْهِ قَبْلَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ. The Prophet of Allah said, do not copy the camel and make sure place your hand first. While the Prophet of Allah said in another hadith to place your knees first. So if you consider one hadith, I consider the other one. If you follow in one madhab, I follow three of them. So what makes you any better than me? And how do you think that you're right and I'm wrong? So basically, the two-way is right. The two-way of making sujood, in the process of making sujood, two-way right. So if you're going to place your knees first, on the ground, and your hand. And if you decide to go straight, especially for those who have knee problem. There are some people, they have knee problem, they cannot go down on their knees. So they need to go actually down on their hand first to relieve some of the pressure. And then they place their knees. And on their way, yeah, go ahead. Please, if you need to leave, please leave. And on your way out, some people, again, they have some bad knees, so they cannot push up on their knee. So they need to rely on their hand to go up. So please feel comfortable. Either way is good. Either way is according to the Sunnah. So both hadith were mentioned in the Sunnah, and just to choose the most comfortable transaction. The most comfortable. However that you feel right, placing your knees, placing your hand, and your way up, raising your knees first or raising your hand. Either way, it's the Sunnah. So we're good here. So if someone told you, why are you doing this? Tell them, because the Prophet of Allah did it. And go back and read that book, and you're going to find out that the Prophet of Allah did it both ways. So the first one. The second hadith, وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان إذا قعد للتشهد وضع يده اليسرى على ركبته اليسرى ووضع يده اليمنى على ركبته اليمنى وعقد 53 وأشار بالسبابة. هذا فهم شيء؟ وعقد 53؟ لا لا. So, دل الحديث على أنه يسن للمصلي إذا قعد للتشهد وضع يده اليسرى على ركبته. So we learn from the hadith that the sunnah, and while you're making the tashahhud, you're supposed to place both of your hand on your knees. So the right hand and the left, and the left and the right and the right and the left and the left. So you place it on your knees. Right? ويعقد 53 وهو إشارة إلى رمز العرب للأعداد بأصابعهم. That's how the Arab they used to make the sign, the numbers, the sign of numbers. So they speak and they do sign that 53. So basically the books of water وأن يقبض الأصابع اليد ويجعل الإبهام مفتوحة تحت السبابة, just like that, not like that. This is the sign of 53 in the Arab language. So basically, if I'm going under the tashahhud, go like that. So that's the first one. And this hadith was mentioned, أخرجه Muslim, by the way. So very authentic hadith. So this is the first hadith that Prophet of Allah used to do. Twist the rest of his finger and leave the sababa and the open, like that. From the beginning at the tashahhud until the end. There are some people, they release their hand in the tashahhud, and when they want to do the ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, they go like that. So this the first hadith tells us the Prophet of Allah, and during the tashahhud, he used to do like this. Okay, second one. ومنها أن يقبض كل الأصابع ويشير بالسبابة. This is the second one. First one. Second one. You hold it to the rest of the fingers and you release the sababa. ومنها أن يشير بالسبابة ويضع إبهامه على إصبعه الوسطى يحلق بها حلقة. Like that. Sweet? No. According to you. According to Madhab Muhammad Aqil, this is the right way. So, رضي الله عنه Muhammad Aqil. So this way, that way, like that. And there's another one to release all of your finger. And you just move the sababa when you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Imam al-Hanafi consider this one. So basically you place your hand on your thighs like that, and in the tashahhud you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, and then you go down. Imam Shafi'i and the rest of the Imam from the beginning of the tashahhud are right to the end. So basically when you sit for the tashahhud, you either go like this, like that. So you feel free. Again, you see some people, they just move their finger, whatever you're gonna call it. I'm not gonna go in there. There's some hadith that mention that it's the sunnah وَيُحَرِّكُ بِهَا. So يُشِيرُ بِإِصْبَعِهِ. The Prophet Allah, he used to point his sabab up, and then يُحَرِّكُ بِهَا, and he used to move it. But now there are people, they go to the extreme. Sometimes they drive you crazy. Around you, they force you just to close your eyes. And closing your eyes in the prayer is makruh. But you have no other way. Some people, to concentrate in the prayer, they close their eyes. Closing your eyes in the prayer makruh. It's dislike. But if this is the only way how you concentrate, do it. Right? So, if this is the only way to concentrate, then do it.
Because there is riwayah that the Prophet was doing the prayer, and there is shaitan that wants to make the fire on the Prophet, and that's why he said that we have to open our eyes when we pray.
Maybe. So, but like I said, if that's the only way to how to concentrate, if you think if you're gonna open your eyes, you're gonna just keep looking, you cannot control your eyes, you're gonna get browsing all over the masjid, then do whatever it takes to bring khushu' to the prayer. But
and distract other people.
Someone praying beside you, and the thing is, they distract you, right? And you cannot even get close to them to give them advice. But if you do a mistake, they don't hesitate to embarrass you. Subhanallah. There are some people like that. The third one and the last one, at-tashahhud. The Sahaba, they mentioned that the Prophet of Allah used to teach us at-tahiyyat like he teaches us the recitation of the Quran. That's how important the tahiyyat is. So the Prophet كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يعلمهم التشهد كما يعلمهم قراءة القرآن. كما يعلمهم قراءة القرآن. Now I want a volunteer. التشهد. التحيات. How do you?
التحيات لله الصلوات والطيبات.
Say it loud.
التحيات لله الصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
وحده لا شريك له, it doesn't exist. In this hadith. So this is the Imam al-Hanafi, this is the tashahhud according to the Imam al-Hanafi. Imam al-Hanafi, التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. So please try to recite after me, just repeat after me to know the difference. التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. That's how you recite it? This one? No. Just, the Shafi'i is different, just hold on. I'll make you happy, inshallah. You'll be happy. So التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Okay. So we cannot increase anything in the dua, right? So we have to stick. No, that's fine. No. So we have to stick. There are some people they mix between the two hadith, and I'll tell you how. Okay. So we're gonna have to stick to one of the hadith. So either way. So التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Now Imam al-Shafi'i, he considered different hadith. And most of people who come from Lebanon, Syria, they remember this one. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. So this is the according to Imam al-Shafi'i. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. And I'm mentioning it especially on the recorder. Alhamdulillah, we have so many followers on the website, and mashallah, people are learning. We're getting some good feedback. So alhamdulillah, we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to spread the knowledge among our community. So التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. And if you want to the other one, التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Practice it. Teach it to your children. And many of our children, they don't know at-tashahhud. And the Prophet of Allah used to teach the Sahaba and their children at-tashahhud like he teaches them the recitation of the Quran. It's not any less than the Fatiha. It is wajib in the prayer. And if it's wajib, you must learn it. And you must perfect the recitation of that tashahhud. Inshallah, tomorrow we're going to learn the meaning of at-tahiyyat. It's a special session for the meaning of at-tahiyyat. So you will say at-tahiyyat. Okay, what's at-tahiyyat? The definition of at-tahiyyat, the word at-tahiyyat. That's fine. Tahiyyat al-mubarakat, as-salawat. What's as-salawat? شو معنى الصلوات يا حاج؟ Wrong. That's fine. No, that's fine, Hajj. That's fine. So that's how we are. We are like that. I'm not trying to embarrass no one. Wallah, I'm not trying to embarrass no one. But I think that we learn to alter the word, but we don't know the meaning. It's about time to understand actually what I'm saying in my prayer. I cannot say what I don't mean. Right? So most of us, they don't know. التحيات المباركات الصلوات الطيبات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي. السلام علينا. Okay. So السلام عليك أيها النبي first. السلام علينا. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. So we need to learn the meaning of the tahiyyat. Inshallah, tomorrow. And we will go over Salat al-Ibrahimiyya, see how we can remember the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya and the meaning of the word of the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya, inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow.